Welcome back to the world of strange and weird. You hear about all the time how truth is stranger than fiction. Well, this just might be.
Well, Cedric Lodge was fired from his position as morgue manager down at Harvard Medical School last month. But a federal indictment says Lodge stole human remains from the school and then sold them to people in multiple states from 2018 up until this year. It's a disturbing case against a Goffstown husband and wife who now face federal charges, accused of trafficking stolen human remains. A federal indictment out of the state of Pennsylvania accuses Cedric Lodge of stealing dissected portions of donated cadavers, including heads, brains, skin, and bones from Harvard Medical School, where Cedric worked as the morgue manager. He was fired last month. In a statement, the school's dean, George Daly, called the case an abhorrent betrayal. The indictment says Cedric Lodge took the remains to his home where he and his wife, Denise, sold them and sometimes shipped them through.
Hold on, look at that house. Beautiful home. Beautiful home. Do you need a degree? You need a degree to be a morgue manager, right? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second here. Yeah. Okay. Yes, to be a morgue manager, also known as a mortuary manager, you typically need a degree, either an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. While an associate's degree is often the minimum requirement, some employers would prefer a bachelor's degree, especially for senior positions. So in other words, I was just wanting to look this up to understand why somebody would risk all of that schooling, all of that education that you had to no doubt pay for in order to get these degrees so that you could get in this managerial position as a morgue leader, and then go ahead and then throw all that away. And then furthermore, what are you doing? What are you doing with the parts that you are acquiring from these donations? There really is a black market out here, and people like Cedric Lodge apparently was one of the ones that was tapped into this black market, because he's selling body parts and brain tissue and other organs on the black market, making bank over the position that he was already having, making bank. Hold on, let me look up how much a morgue manager makes. Okay, so a morgue manager in the United States earns an average annual salary of $84,470, or the equivalent to $41 per hour. And that's just entry level. Oh, so wait, no. It says entry level positions are those in certain states, or those in certain states may offer a lower wage salary, around $53,000 to $26 per hour. So you risk, let's just say he was in the morgue, he was in that position and he was there for an extended period of time. Let's just say he was in there for 10 to, 15 years. You already know he was definitely making probably up in the range of six figures somewhere. Man, listen, bro.
Ship them through USPS to people in other states. No comment from Cedric or Denise as they left federal court in Concord this afternoon.
His wife is white? That little shit ain't doing nothing, man. His wife is white? You shipping brains and heads through UPS?
They were both released on personal recognizance bail. 4 others are also facing charges connected to this case, including Katrina McLean, who owns an
Hold on, let's play a little game, y'all. Let's play a little game. Of the 5 names listed here, how many of y'all think? How many of these people do you think was white? Katrina McLean. I don't think Katrina was white. Joshua Taylor. Now, Josh might have been white. Jeremy Pauly. Yeah, Pauly, Jeremy Pauly was white. Candace Chapman Scott. I don't know about Candace. That one could go either way. But Matthew Lampy, Matthew Lampy was definitely white. So all of these people have also been suspected of participating in trafficking human remains. This is insane.
McLean, who owns and operates Cat's Creepy Creations in Peabody, Massachusetts. Prosecutors say she bought 2 faces for $600.
It's just totally unusual, bizarre, and I don't know, just crazy. Just totally crazy.
Neighboring business owners in that area are in shock.
I'm surprised there's buyers for that kind of stuff.
Lodges will answer to their charges down in Pennsylvania at a later date. In the meantime, Harvard Medical School says it is currently working to determine which donor cadavers may be affected by all this. They say they are reaching out to the families of those donors. Reporting live in Concord, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
That's awful.
Thank you. So this investigation is already stretching into multiple states, 5 at the current count. Prosecutors say some of these sales have been made as far away as Minnesota, even down in Arkansas. They say some of the parts were sold to this man in Pennsylvania. He was arrested last year after police got.
I told you Jeremy Pauly was I swear to God, I did not watch this beforehand, but I told y'all that Jeremy Pauly was a white dude. Didn't I call it? Didn't I call it? Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Of course he was buying human remains. Of course he was. Of course. Come on now.
A report of body parts being kept in buckets in his basement. Police records say Jeremy Pauly admitted to buying 2 shipments of human remains, and investigators say some of those purchases came from a mortuary and crematorium worker in Arkansas. She's accused of selling parts taken from cadavers, including 2 corpses of stillborn babies who were supposed to be cremated and returned to their families.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You stealing baby parts from babies that were supposed to be cremated and returned to the family. And here you are selling off their parts on the black market. I hope these types of people get the absolute maximum sentence that is allowable. And you know, these positions that they have, you are one of the, when you are working with inside of a morgue, or you're working with anything regarding this type of job, you are given the utmost respect in terms of trust, right? That's one of the biggest things that you have in your possession when you have a title like a morgue manager. Trust, not only from your city and your local governance, but you have the trust of your peers. You have the trust of the people. They're trusting you to handle their loved ones' remains with care and with respect. And then here these people are selling them off on the black market to people like Jeremy. Weird ass. This is insane. Prayers out to those who have been affected. Y'all drop a comment. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll holler at y'all later.